This is South African poet James Matthews, who over the years has used his writing to fight against injustice. I think we need to bring this message across to South Africans that there was a time in our country where people were jailed for their
Well, this is what you're doing.
Exactly. I just think it's bizarre that people were jailed for writing.
Yeah.
This book was
But
banned.
I'm not the only one. I'm sure there were other guys. They banned it in their sense that the book in itself was subversive. So I added just a fun part to it, that they couldn't decide what was poetry or petrol bomb, so they banned it.
Black Voices Shout was banned. Okay. South Africans, this book was banned. Okay. This book
Was the first one.
was banned. What else? Pass Me a Meatball Jones. This book was also banned. So, but this is the book that you wrote when you were in prison.
Yeah.
For 6 months you were in prison, and then you wrote this book.
Those were the poems I read. Sorry, I wrote while I was in detention. And it came out, and subsequently it was banned again. Same pattern 2 weeks after it came out. My daughter Terry came to visit with my youngest, or oldest, or youngest at that stage, grandchild, and I have a chance to slip poems that I've written into my grandson's nappy, and that's how it went out. Poets form a comradeship to work because we're fighting. So it wasn't like a big deal. We didn't regard it a big deal. We're just fighting the system. We don't want to make this thing that you're so noble and all that bullshit. What we wrote, particularly dissident poets and others, we expect the system to get at us. We expect that we will be imprisoned, and with some, we expect to die. Then let me read you a very short excerpt, the foreword that Wallace wrote, and we've known each other for years and years. James Matthews has always known that it is when we do that we nurture wisdom, and so the seasoned man that he is now, he walks the land with his voice, looking this and that way and sharing with us what he has gathered, what he knows, what he ponders, including that death is nothing. It is not something to be feared. We must speak to it.
What is a dissident poet?
Well, as I explained earlier, a dissident poet, his main aim, only aim, is to fight the state through his works.
Okay.
And I think I made it clear that I'm not writing, I don't see my poetry as a form of art. I think we went beyond just using the term protest. For us, protest is passive. That's why we term ourselves as dissident. We're fighting. If you write a poem that has no fire attacking the system, then for me it's a passive poem. Like, I'll just give you, if I can remember, a rage sharp as a blade, to cut and slash, to spill blood, for the blood spilled over 300 years. That is a dissident poem. I could never write a poem about dawn, or bird in flight, or flowers blooming. When I look at people maimed, shackled, jailed, the meaning is now clear. I shan't write a poem that does not include what had happened to us. Well, you move on. 2000, I brought out a mixed collection called Flames and Flowers, which contained half of the poetry was political and the other half was love poetry. That is why I did write Age is a Beautiful Face. And then after that I brought out a new book published by Roche University called gently stirs my soul. This is from my collection of love poetry, and also it is my favorite poem. I am flushed with the lushness of love, embracing me as I sit at the cold hearth of loneliness. Loneliness masquerading as exuberance, shield for my pain. Images in my eyes are dead dreams, engraved in my heart. Dead dreams now resurrected by the lushness of love. My brittle spirit strengthened to traverse the desolated plains of isolation, to reach the well of delight, where I will be welcomed by myriads of butterflies and a chorus of nightingales. I will live out my time with the beloved newly found, my being flushed with the lushness of love. Ja,